Hey YouTube. Okay, I know my hair's a mess, but it's great. But anyways, I'm at the Dekalb Farmers Market, and I'm here to show y'all some of the things that I'll be buying. Now, I came here to buy me a seeded watermelon. Although I would have gone to see if that lady was still at the Buford Highway and Claremont Road selling it from the truck. So my friend just bought a watermelon earlier today at the Dekalb Farmers Market. So I'm here just kind of browsing, showing y'all what it is. So let me see if I can turn the camera around. Uh-oh. Dang it. Okay, so this is what I got. Watermelon, free range, brown eggs. I bought me a half a gallon of this Kaluna Supernatural Organic Reduced Milk. This big watermelon, you see. Chicken sausage. They make it their own. Range-free eggs. And some oranges. And let me see what else I want. I came here really just to buy one thing, which was the watermelon, because I'm going to start really revamping my eating habits with more fresh foods, organic foods, vegetables, and focus on eating more healthy. So, anywho, it's about 8:30ish. The Dekalb Farmer Market closed at 9. So, a lot of stuff, people here during the day. A lot of things, people buy. But pretty much there's not any kind of shortages or nothing of the sort, But I still love the Dekalb Farmers Market. And I love it. And I just enjoy shopping here. Sometimes it may be a little bit pricey, but sometimes the prices really has not been drastically increased. Now, sometimes, especially like Thanksgiving, when they have those turkey wings, it'll be lined up. People be lined up to the galore to buy, especially those chicken wings. Chicken wings, turkey legs. People be off the chain. And the fish market, it'll be crowded. You have to sometimes wait your turn to get fish. So I'm not doing any major shopping. I'm gonna buy a few of these things. And the beginning of August 1st, I'm gonna really be more cognizant about my spending, especially when it comes to groceries. So a lot of the stuff that I'm used to buying, I'm just going to start eliminating a lot of processed type foods like chips and cookies and cereal, and focus more on plant-based. I don't like to say diet, but plant-based eating, more fish, vegetables, fruit, and the best way for me to do that is really going to places like the farmers market. Even the breads, they make their own bread. And when they make their own bread, you don't get a whole lot of that junk. That's the good thing about it. So anywho, I'll talk to y'all later, and maybe make an announcement later on. I'm going to be collaborating with one of my coworkers who's going to do a complete makeover in terms of my hair. So I know it's time for me to change up and look a little bit more happier and not so miserable all the time and frustrated. I have a lot of things I need to be thankful for, and sometimes I have to start feeling appreciated, appreciating life, and appreciating things, and not get frustrated. My last video, I was saying how I was so frustrated with my certain family members and dealing with trying to take care of my grandmother. And my friend who I spoke to, she said, what is it that your grandmother asked her, what does she want? And not be relying on my relatives and trying to tell people, what to do and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, is that what she wanted? And because my grandmother still has all her faculties, all her peace of mind, you know. And when I spoke to her, a couple of days ago, she was doing well. She wasn't, struggling or nothing like that. And I guess sometimes, people get into things and telling people what to do. Other family members, they stress you. They'll stress you, and I don't need to be stressed. Maybe they stressed out because they trying to do so much, but at the same time, I had to remember something what my aunt said. My aunt Doris, who passed away, and she was, I remember speaking to her how she was the more calm person in the family, one of them. And I remember she speaking to me and telling me, oh, grandmommy, because when my grandfather passed, I remember my Aunt Doris spoke to me and how she was like, telling me to not be frustrated, how to not let things bother me. And, sometimes my grandmother could be a little bit, stern about things. And she was like, my aunt, she spoke to me in a calm manner, my Aunt Doris. And she was like, grandmommy, she just going through some things. And she spoke to, I remember that conversation. I had to go back and remember that with my Aunt Doris, And I remember that conversation we had in my grandmother's room and how she, kind of spoke to me about how, especially how my grandmother was going through. She wasn't really an emotional person when my grandfather passed, but it was a lot of things going on. And I remember she spoke to me and how she kind of like, I just remember that conversation, and for some reason that just popped up in my mind, and I just remembered how, I remember that conversation. And a few years later, she passed away. My grandmother was there to visit her in New York for months. Right on September 11th, that's when it happened too. 9/11. It was right around those couple of days before. And how my grandmother stayed there in New York, in Brooklyn, for years, taking care of her, And, sometimes I know people may get, however they may act, that's the way they act. I can't let them bother me, If I want to do it, I just need to go down there. If I need to find out questions about, the internet access and things like that at the house, just do it. I don't like my cousin, my friend told me, she says, you can find out. You don't have to wait and ask people questions, I'm only there for one person to visit and check on them, how my grandmother's doing, and ask her directly, what does she want? And just listen, all the other people, I go there as much as I can. I know it might be a hard drive going back and forth, but that's okay, Just be there as much as I can. But I can't stress myself out like that. No, can't do it. Sometimes you want to find out answers for yourself, you have to do it yourself. And just simply listen. My aunts, uncles, certain ones, they want to argue and fuss and carry on and act like you arguing with them. Just don't say nothing. Just keep my mouth closed, be quiet, and just like, okay, and keep it moving. My mother always told me that. And she was like, always told me she knows her own siblings And I have to do the same thing. Listen. That's what I need to do. I can't be stressing myself out, worrying and trying to explain things to people, because sometimes people ain't gonna listen. You know, I'm 53 years old. My aunts and uncles, 60 something. They always been like that. They ain't gonna change. They just not gonna change. So I can't worry about things. I'm just here walking to the farmer's market. Now I'm in the oil section. $5.99 for sesame oil, sunflower, flaxseed, rice, vinegar. I will show y'all. But next time when I come back to the Dekalb Farmers Market, I will do an overview video, show y'all around. But it's very good. Look at this. They got all these different kind of vinegars. Let me show y'all an example. Look at this. Let me show y'all so y'all can see. Look at that. All these different things from all over the world. I hope I catch a good balsamic vinegar. Look at this. This is a pretty bottle. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? $9.79. That's not bad. I don't know what's cheap or what, but these are some high quality. But anywho, let me show you one last thing, then I'll let y'all, then I gotta go. Look, this is, look at this, another one. ABM, where is this imported from? Aceto Balsamico di Modena. Interesting. Okay, y'all. Let me go ahead and go on my way back home. I will talk to y'all during the week. Maybe I'll come on live later tonight when I get home. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.